Hi, this is John at Time+Space, and in this video I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of the new sound library by Gothic Instruments, which is called DRONAR Guitarscapes module, and this is the second module in the DRONAR series, and it's available exclusively from the Time+Space website, www.timespace.com. So DRONAR Guitarscapes module is a Kontakt instrument, so it needs the full version of Kontakt to be able to use the library. And here on the main interface we have these 6 main controllers, which is the intensity over here on the left, the movement over on the right, and down in the middle you have the kind of 4 main sound slots: low, mid, high, and effects. And the sounds for these are set within the expert page, and here you can see you can actually have 2 sounds per slot. You can change these sounds in the expert mode, but just go back to the main. So basically all of these can be assigned to a MIDI controller. Just right click and select learn and then assign it to any controller on your MIDI controller. So I'll just play one of the sounds and bring up some of the levels here and the intensity so you can hear how these sounds actually work. So it's actually just a small amount of low here, and this is basically the volume for each sound slot, and obviously the intensity. This is exactly how it sounds. It changes the intensity of the sound. And bring up the effects. Bring in the low. You can hear that low coming in there. And this is obviously great if you've assigned it to your keyboard. At the moment I'm doing this with a mouse, but which is equally fine. Bring up the movement. Over here on the right you've got the reverb and delay, and this is basically the volume level, send level for those 2 effects, which you can access over here, Master Effects. I'll come to that in a little while. So over on the Expert tab, on the left hand side we've got the main slots where you change the sounds for each of the 4 main parts of the sound, which is the effects, high, mid and low, which all relate to these controllers here on the main tab. So all you do is you just go in and you just click in there and you can change the actual sample. And then if you enable this thick button here, it adds an extra note in, which basically makes the sound thicker. And then just going through the controls quickly here, you've got this is basically the sort of balance between the 2 different sounds that you select in here. So and then so this would be in the middle here, you'd hear each one equally, and if you take it to the top you'll hear only the top one, and the same for the bottom there, the bottom sound. So, and here you've got the attack and release, and this one here is the envelope to filter. You've got the filter itself, so obviously all the way down you won't hear anything, and then all the way up it just slowly opens up the filter, the Q or the resonance here, and then you've got the mod wheel to filter the width, the tone, and also the volume of this entire block of sounds here, which this volume controls is the master volume for these 2 sounds. So you can also randomize the samples within these slots down here, so come up with something completely new, and you can store your own drone sound here just by clicking in here. And also you've got a smart bass as well, which basically adds an extra bass tone in when you enable this, and you can select the actual note of that bass note. So that adds, again, makes it a thicker sound. But if I just go through some of these controllers here and randomize the samples, you can hear how quickly the sounds change, and you can come up with your own really complex guitarscapes. So I'm just going to turn these off. You can just click on these and it literally turns them off. So if I play with the filter here, if I just pull this down, here is the filter's just slightly set back there. As I bring that up, the filter comes out. And again, all of these can be assigned to a MIDI controller very easily. Just right click and then assign it to a controller. I'm going to bring that effect in. Hear the tone there, just brings up the top end. Change this bass sound. I go back to the main page now. I can add enable the high. Let's go back into the main. You can hear that high note coming in there now. And bring up the intensity. You've also got these 12 really useful key switches at the bottom here, or otherwise known as the 12 drone keys. And each of these drone keys is a different drone, or essentially a preset. So when you literally click on any one of these, it changes. You can see all the controls and all the samples changing within the entire preset. So I'll just flick through some of these just to give you an idea. So over here on the next tab, which is the LFO and effects, at the top here we've got all the controls for the actual LFO, which is the rate, module, shape, pan, filter, pitch and desync. And then down here we've got the controls for the drone effects, distortion, chorus, sends, reverb and delay. So I'll just quickly have a little play with the distortion actually, because this is it's really nice distortion on here. Bring in some chorus as well. I can alter the rate of the chorus as well here. So just very quickly over here on the arpeggiator tab, this is where you've got the 4 main sound sources, and you can have different pitch, intensity and filter settings for each sound source here on the left, which is great because it means you can create some very complex guitar rhythms. And up here you've got the rate and step. And over here in the rhythm editor, which is the new feature within DRONAR Guitarscapes, and it is exactly what it says, it's a rhythm generator. So you've got the low, mid and high so you can alter the rhythm for each of the low, mid and high sounds here. So I've recorded a pattern here, so I'll play this now and just change some of the settings within the rhythm editor so you can hear the changes. You can have 1, 2, 3 or 4 bars, so I set it to 2 bars. And you've got spread and humanize down here in the bottom right, which the spread just gives it a different, slightly different sort of wider character, and humanize just makes it a little less kind of quantized, a bit more human. And we can half and double the tempo here. Double the tempo. And also you've got the trigger mode here on the bottom left, so when it's on free it will trigger as soon as you press the MIDI keyboard, or when it's set to beat it will look for the next quarter note, or wait for the next quarter note of your dial, so it'll always be in time with your sequencer. And you can save your own presets as well, save them in your own rhythm patterns folder. And finally, over here on the last tab, you've got the Master Effects settings, which enables you to control the EQ, compressor, delay and reverb. And down here you've got a really useful gator function, which kind of gates the sound, and you can alter the rate which syncs into your sequencer BPM. And also in here you can select the reverb reflection as well. So that's pretty much quite a quick summing up of DRONAR. It does have some very in-depth functions and features. So what I'll do now is I'll load up some of the presets, and just to go through the sounds to give you a clear idea of what this library can actually do. And for more information on DRONAR Guitarscapes module, please visit our website www.timespace.com.